afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. CpsboxingnewsInc from the city of New York, and we are here right now with one of the boxers, amateur boxer from California, San Diego, California, Siara Luna. Hey, thank you for giving me opportunity to speak to you. How's everything?
Everything's good. How about you?
Well, I'm pleased and happy to get done, this interview. I actually, we were like kind of skipping, that interview and all of that in order that we can talk about a little bit of your career and also, talk about certain things and topics in boxing. And let's go ahead, I mean, first of all, with all due respect to you and many women's out there, such a beautiful woman as you, what makes you to become a
Thank you.
you're welcome. What makes you to become a professional boxer? What's your story in this, sport?
I was getting in fights in school and street fights, and I kind of felt that dog in me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, maybe I should try. First, I originally wanted to do MMA, and then my dad actually told me that I should start boxing to learn how to punch. And I said, okay. So I joined a gym in San Diego, the arena, and started boxing. And I fell in love with boxing ever since. It's been 7 years.
Oh wow, amazing! And I'm pretty sure boxing really help you in many ways. Like I always said, in my behalf, what can I say? I have a story too. In order to mention for the boxing fans and many people out there. But in your case, it literally, I guess, gave you direction in order that to pursue other things and being in other things. How does that work, being as an amateur, because that's the fundamentals. And I like to support all all every athlete that starts from the beginning, because hey, to me it's important. It's I think amazing to see how these young athletes like yourself also growing in this base, as an amateur, and later on turn pro, and later on hey, become, I guess, a world champions if they continue following their dreams. How does that work, being a an amateur boxer?
Well, you have to build your experience. The more fights you can get, and build your experience by going to nationals. You can go to Olympic trials. You can go to Golden Gloves. So that's the goal right now, is to go to those championship tournaments, and from there go pro.
Awesome. And Ciara, when I mention women's boxing, what's the first thing that comes in your mind, like talking about right now this era? Because I mean, eventually, women's boxing, it's been great for many, female athletes, and other athletes that likely they're coming and join the sport. When I'm talking about women's boxing from this era, how do you see women's boxing now? It's going, at this point.
It's growing, and I feel like it's expanding more. More females are getting more fights. There's more females competing. I believe that women's boxing is getting more attention at this time than it ever has before. So this is a good time for women's boxing to get us all out there.
Awesome, awesome, and I'm pretty sure many guys out there, and also family members from you, from your behalf. I'm pretty sure they're right there, supporting this movement as an amateur, because I was just saying, it's the importance for me, to support these young athletes from the beginning, because I like to say, it's history in the making. This is the base where so many fighters, female and males athletes, they compete in all over the country. And as you mentioned, going for the nationals, Golden Globes, and all of that. I think it's interesting when we see an athlete like you, and eventually, little by little, you contribute with the sport. You continue moving forward in order to gain goals. How is it for you to manage, because I mean, yourself in the sport, of boxing, because people has regular jobs and things like that, and they have to go to work, and some of them they're single parents, or they already got someone, and it's just always a struggle. Can you talk about a little bit of your experience?
It's tough. I work full time. I have to get my workouts in before work and go again after work, 5 6 days a week. So it's definitely hard. I can only imagine with some fighters that have kids and they are single parents or they have support. Either way, it's tough. Even to be away from your family from certain events, like we have to sacrifice certain events for our fights because we believe in ourselves and we want to be champions, and it's tough. It's tough.
Uh, well, it's sometimes I applaud, I give it an applause and taking my hat off from my head right in front of yourself. Many people out there, because I know a lot of sacrifice, like you mentioned. Sometimes you have to work super harder. Sometimes behind the scenes, and I always said it, in 3 minutes, 4 minutes, you don't get to tell the story. And I'm pretty sure this is something really small that you're just telling me, letting know the fight fans and the audience a little bit about yourself, which is good. I mean, they know, they get to know yourself a little bit in order to see what sacrifices you make in order to step into the ring, and of course continue in this movement, and as a amateur boxer one day turning as a pro. But in the meantime, you have to really enjoying this movement, and also making those sacrifices in order to achieve your goals. Talking about achievements and all of that, let me talk about these two great champions that eventually, probably in the future, they're gonna face each other. Everyone has a different title. I'm talking about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lomachenko. GervontaDavis, he just recently fought Frank Martin. Frank Martin, excellent fighter. In my opinion, I got Frank Martin winning the first rounds, but later on, oof, Gervonta Davis, it keeps always, surprising me, for footwork and everything, every skills that he has. So now, he's going against Lomachenko. How you picture, these two professional boxers, these two professional champions in the future, if they match, that fight happen?
Davis and Lomachenko.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I want to say Davis for me, but it's mainly because his power. And but Lomachenko does have that footwork, and he knows how to switch angles, and he knows how to get you in different. Those angles are, he's quick, so those can kind of, you're not able to set up your power. So it'd be very interesting to see that fight between Davis and Lomachenko. But I feel like if Davis ends up timing what he's doing and starts observing, which he does do, and that's what he did with Frank. What is it, Martin?
Mm-hmm. Frank
Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, because he was. I felt like Davis was kind of being challenged a little bit early on, and until he had that opportunity and he took full advantage. And that's the type of fighter he is. He takes full advantage of those opportunities. So it'll be interesting to see those two fight. I would definitely watch it. But I have to go with Tank Davis.
Yes, I mean, interesting fight, because eventually a lot of people miscounted Lomachenko. That, with all due respect to Lomachenko, I had done interview in the past with Lomachenko. I know Lomachenko from a long time ago, and I can tell you that he's a skillful fighter, excellent, super humble as well. Gervonta Tank Davis. But a lot of people, they were talking, they probably, it's all without, like I said, with all due respect to Lomachenko and things like that. But look at, always sometimes age number is just a number. It depends, like how you feel, how you want it out there, and much hunger you have for the sport of boxing. And look at that, just Lomachenko made it happen again, becoming a world champion again. And I think he's continuing pursuing greatness until, like, we don't know. That's one of the things, we have to stay tuned, and of course, pay attention and what's coming in the career of both fighters, and everyone out there. Will see if he, which one of these two men now they will face Shakur Stevenson, because that's the one who carries right now the WBC title belt. And I'm pretty sure both of them, they're targeting Shakur Stevenson. But first thing first, they have to make this match happen, and we'll see what outcome it's gonna be. Siara, anything that upcoming in your career, so we could let the fight fans know, when you're gonna fight, or you continue just working out in order that one day appear, another match, and you will say, hey, let me go, let me try it.
I was preparing for SoCal State tournament next month, but they closed the registration kind of early, so I wasn't able to get into that tournament. But moving forward, I'm just staying ready for the next opportunity, and then the next tournament I'm going into is Jean Lewis in Arizona.
Oh, great.
Right now.
Great. That's a good thing, that we're gonna keep in touch in order to see yourself, where you going, and things like that. That eventually you're looking forward to sign and participate. And God knows where it's gonna take you. It's gonna bring you. So I wish you nothing but the best. Any message that you would like to share with the fight fans audience that you could give it to us? It's always welcome.
To every fighter out there, believe in yourself. Don't give up. Because I'm 31 years old. I probably don't look like it, but hey, if I can do it, you can do it.
No, you don't, and definitely, like you mentioned, with all the respect to you, you look super young and things like that, and like I said, it's a motivation in order that you just mentioned. If you can make it happen, there's anyone out there, younger, like I said, with all the respect to you, and many female athletes out there, anyone can make it happen, including myself, if I wanted, to continue doing some type of workout. But hey, it's a pleasure to do this interview, and I don't say goodbye until the next one. We're gonna catch up. So, ladies and gentlemen, with us, Siara Luna, and we'll stay tuned. And any social media that where they can follow you, or if you have one, or you're gonna create one, can you share it, with the fight fans and everyone?
Yeah, I have one Instagram. It's Siara Loren. We'll drop it in the bio.
Oh, yeah.
That's my main account. My boxing account. This one that I'm
and definitely, I'm gonna post it as well. So wish you nothing but the best. And like I said, I don't say goodbye. I'll until the next time we will get in touch. God allow us, and of course, if you have the time. So it's a pleasure for me to support women's boxing, yourself, and everyone out there. Until next time, thank you, Siara.
Until next time. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.